Breakfast. Now 6 till 9 weekdays on NewstalkZB.
NewstalkZB with Tim Beveridge. John, hello.
Hello. Now, listen, I've been listening to all this talk about the Crusaders and getting...
Well, there hasn't been much about it on tonight, but yeah.
Yes, well...
Over the last few days, perhaps.
Yes, but now you must realise in New Zealand the people have been totally manipulated and the press has been totally suppressed. Do people realise what's going on here?
Tell us.
Well, no, I'm asking you, do people realise?
You people? I mean, do we realise what's going on?
I didn't say you people, I said...
Do
the people understand what's going on?
Well, everyone has a different perspective of things,
well,
I guess.
What's your perspective of it?
Well, you're imagining that there is one right answer to this, and I'm not sure there is.
Yes, I know the answer to it.
Well, what's that?
Total manipulation.
Who by?
By the controlling powers. The powers is in being.
Who are they?
Well, who controls the place here? Who's in charge in New Zealand?
I don't know. Who is?
Oh, come on, you're playing with words.
No,
man.
I want you to provide the answers.
No, the government. It's a government policy, isn't it?
What do they want?
It's government policy to push this Crusader business through. No one else.
Well, they're saying, you know what? I'm wondering if they're not being completely honest with us when Jacinda says that she doesn't have an opinion on it. It's like, hang on a minute.
Sorry.
Carry
Hello.
on. No, you go.
No, you're sidestepping here.
No. I was partially agreeing. I was partially agreeing with you, John. I'm not sure.
No. Okay. I'm going to tell you, and whether you believe it or not, and I couldn't give a damn if you do or don't. But what happens comes from the top. Whatever comes from the top. Don't blame the ordinary people in New Zealand. They're just 9-to-5ers. Go to work, and that's it. They don't have any say in the control of the places and what's going on. It comes from the top. It's the same as in the UK. It comes from who's in the controller. Now, you control the microphone here, and you can whack off anyone you don't like.
Well, I don't tend to do that too much.
No, you have done it in the past.
Well, of course.
But I think you really...
Only when you've begged me to.
No, now you're sidestepping again. But, you know, you can be damn very annoying sometimes.
Carry on, John.
No, yes, well, let's face it. This Crusader business... Why did he want to do away with the Crusader? You tell me.
Well,
don't sidestep it. Why did he?
The suggestion has been made they changed the name because of the association with the Crusades, where Christian Crusaders campaigned against the Muslim sort of world and killed lots of Muslims, and and they think they think that connotation is so strong they should change the name.
No, listen.
Isn't that is that a rough summary that you would agree with?
No, I wouldn't agree with it whatsoever.
Okay, what would you say?
I'll tell you why. Are you familiar with El Cid?
Wasn't he an Islamic warrior?
No, Spain's greatest warrior.
Oh, okay, Spain's
greatest hero.
Yeah.
Well, he put a stop to the Muslim invasion of Europe. And it wasn't... Are you familiar with it?
I know his name, and I don't know why I've come across it, but anyway, what about it?
Well, you look it up. It's El Cid. Ricardo de Vega El Cid. That was his name. And it was during the Muslim invasion of Europe that the countries were taken over year by year. And are you familiar that Syria was a Christian country and was totally annihilated by the Muslims, taken completely over? And it wasn't until it got to Spain that something was done about it. Are you familiar with Muslim policy? That's what I want to know.
No, but I'm hoping we'll get to the point as...
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is, are you familiar with Muslim policy?
Well, no, you tell me what it is.
Well, it's conquest.
Yeah, well, I think there's conquest. All religions have had moments of conquest. Weren't the Crusaders all about conquest as well?
No. Yeah, no, it wasn't. The reason the Crusade, there were 4 Crusades, man, and the reason what happened, the Eastern Orthodox Catholic Church, that's the Russian, over that way, it's Constantinople, Turkey, and it was taken over by the Muslims when totally invading Europe, and when they got as far as Spain, and then the Eastern Orthodox Catholic Church pleaded to the Pope to do something about it. And that's how the Crusades took place. Now, King Richard of England, he led the Crusade from England. And I think it's very disgusting, the suppressing history, what they're doing, the manipulation. But
yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. You guess the movement is because they sort of think that they need a name that's more inclusive and doesn't. I'm just saying that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, yes. Who are they?
Is there a point?
Who are they?
Do they have any point to that, or do you?
No, they don't have any point.
Why?
Now, can I ask you, before we go any further with this discussion, can you tell me who are they?
The people well, Steve Chu from the rugby union. I don't know. I don't actually know. Now, hang on. I don't know all the people, but there is a school of thought that a lot of people have, and apparently a couple of years ago people were raising it anyway because they thought that the Horsemen, at least, that it wasn't the most inclusive name because it had a connotation with Christianity versus Islam. So I guess, I'm just saying, if that's the perception, that's the perception people have.
No, but listen, the horses have nothing to do with it. Crusaders didn't ride bicycles or motorbikes.
I know.
It was used at the time, horses were used.
Okay.
And it was in the invasion of Europe by the Muslim hordes after the death of Muhammad. Now, Muhammad died just before this thing, when this took place was after the death of Muhammad. Now, he wrote 2 Qurans. The first Quran was when he was living in, starting over where...
Anyway, I mean, look, we probably need to shorten the call because we've only got about a minute or so to go.
Yeah, well, listen.
So do you understand that people's understanding of it is to make a name that's more inclusive? I don't think it should change the name because the word Crusader has more than one meaning for a start anyway. Yeah,
well, listen, I suggest people start reading into Muslims and finding what the policy is. That's what I would find. And now it's not just here. It's happening. Big trouble is coming in the UK because of this. It's going to happen next weekend. There's going to be big problems because there's a backfire. So the police here, they're taking advantage of this, and cancelling these parades. How dare these people come into these countries and cause this stuff? And this guy that done the shooting down there, it's all suppressed what he was all about. Now, some of the Muslims down there accuse him of being an Israeli agent because that's where he came from. Now, what do you say?
Well, look, he was a nutbag white supremacist.
Listen, man, what do you mean a nutbag? I think
he was crazy.
No,
I think he was evil. I think he was an absolutely evil prick.
No, listen, you say he's crazy. You think he's got mental illness.
I think you've got to have some level of craziness to do it.
No, listen, it's not that. You want to start looking into what's hidden behind closed doors. Yeah. And a man like that who's never worked, who can travel all over the world, and where's he been supplied with money from? And how can he get away with this stuff? So you suppress everything and say, this guy.
No. I think hopefully will be some answers, but I don't.
There won't be answers.
Well, hopefully we'll find something out. Anyway, I've got to go, John. Got to go.